Tens of thousands of children in Ukraine were born at home. Childbirth is a normal physiological process. For centuries, women have given birth and given birth. Many women today can and want to give birth at home.
Home births have existed, exist, and will continue to exist. It is impossible to prohibit them, and prohibiting is not a solution.
In all developed countries, home birth midwifery is a normal midwifery practice and part of the healthcare system.
I am a midwife in South Africa, and I am registered and practice professionally attending home births and births in birth centers. This should be the practice in all countries from an obstetrical and midwifery point of view.
International standards of practice and scope establish that I might provide care for a woman during the whole pregnancy, at birth, while she is delivering her baby, wherever she decides, and in the postpartum period for both of them.
Home birth midwifery has existed for thousands of years, while home midwives have been working in Ukraine for several decades. In Ukraine, it's also impossible to forbid a woman to give birth where she considers right for herself and her baby. If I don't want to go to the hospital, no one can force me. The reasons may be different. My worldview, my beliefs, and my personal traumatic life experience in the hospital. However, my mom is entitled to have qualified midwifery care during her childbirth. In all developed countries of the world, the government supports women who want to give birth at home. As a professional, I believe that families in Ukraine should also have such professional care. Today's home birth require protection from the government and the support of the government. According to the Constitution of Ukraine, the government is obliged to ensure the protection of motherhood and childhood in any place wherever a woman gives birth. At home, in a medical facility, at a birth center, or a birth hotel.
It is necessary to distinguish home birth and home birth midwifery. A woman has the right to give birth to a baby at home or elsewhere of her choice in countries where there is a constitution. It is her constitutional right. At the same time, the right of a midwife to assist a woman may be prohibited. This is the current situation in Ukraine.
For many years, I've been dreaming of the legalization of our work. It would be my great pleasure to work inside legal structures, cooperating with maternity hospitals, doctors, and other perinatal professionals. We want to work in a team with doctors and medical facilities because we are perfectly aware that we cannot cope with all situations on our own.
In case of complicated home birth, I transfer the woman in labor to the next hospital. And of course, every home birth midwife and every woman has access to obstetrical support by hospital units, which are run after the European standard. The excellent home birth data are part of the governmental controlled perinatal statistics, and they are published in annual reports. You'll find them here.
In certain complications at home birth, as part of the care, I promptly report to the hospital where I transport the woman or the baby, knowing that we will be immediately assisted without a shadow of reproach, blame, or counteraction.
Physicians are used to intimidating women during childbirth, pregnancy, and postpartum. Because of this habit, in cases where there really is a problem, women do not trust doctors and do not turn to them. Perinatal psychology is intended primarily to support a woman's choice, not to intimidate her. Ukraine is a civilized country, but nowhere in the world are there such councils for registering a baby born out of hospital. We must find a common language. Many women choose home births because they're unable to appeal to a professional midwife. Therefore, they turn to those who do not have specialized education and experience for this.
We're ready to work according to international protocols in contact with home birth midwives. The family has the right to freedom of choice with whom to give birth, where to give birth, and how to give birth, including at home. And our task is to ensure the safety of such births and to provide assistance if necessary, for which I've been appealing for more than 20 years.
Health institutions mainly use short-term criteria of mother-infant health and state that hospital birth is more safe in case something goes wrong. Science, however, shows more and more that we must apply new criteria for short and long and even evolutionary term health of birth, breastfeeding, and the whole primal period, and also the ecology and safety of birth. And we have a better insight about what makes birth as safe, easy and healthy as possible, both at home as in hospital. The key concept must become protect the human physiological needs during pregnancy, labor, birth, first hour and after birth, and the whole breastfeeding period.
I appeal to the government of our country. I appeal to those who create and pass laws. We request the humanization of childbirth. We ask you to facilitate transition to the 3-level childbirth care system as quickly as possible.